All right. Good morning for anyone who is watching this live. My name is Brandon. I am the founder of Be Mindful, and this is Friday Morning Mindfulness. And what has come to mind this morning is kind of the teaching to share and then the meditation to do. It is old school, quote unquote. It is very old school. This morning I wanted to lead a guided mindfulness of the natural breath practice, which is where you just bring, your natural, your mindful attention to the feeling of your breathing as it arrives and departs. But the breath is such a powerful tool, both for practicing mindfulness, but then also is helping us kind of recognize what the deeper teachings of mindfulness are all about. So, to kind of bring to bear how that came together for me, right now it is early March, and everybody knows spring is coming, right? The weather is changing, it's getting warmer out, but there's a sense in which nature has not caught up, right? Like the trees are still bare, the grass is still brown, and so there's that sense of being in an in-between. We know it's going to come together. We know spring is going to arrive. We know in our mind the whole beautiful display that will come with it. So even though something isn't there right now, we know it is going to return. But as surely as it will return, right? Spring will come to bear. Nothing can stop that. Inevitably, it will come to a point where it has arisen, and then it will let go. It'll depart. It departs into summer. How nice, right? This morning, during the guided mindfulness practice, I'm going to invite you to bring your attention to feel just your natural breath. I might have you start with a few slow breaths in your chest and your belly so you feel more present and at ease in the moment. But then I'm going to use the cue, notice the breath arise, notice the breath release. Notice the breath arise. Notice the breath release. Now, on one hand, this trains us, allows us to recognize our breath is arising and releasing over and over again. That's its natural rhythm, its natural motion. But then we can extend that out to any sensation we feel in the body, whether we think it's pleasant or unpleasant. And I know a lot of people, backaches, shoulder aches, things like that. Every sensation that arises, every sensation will release. Same thing with our thinking. Every thought that arises will eventually release. You might say, well, Brandon, I've got something on my mind this morning. It's kind of running me ragged. It doesn't seem like it's releasing. That might feel true, but check out the thought that has kind of, got you by the horns this morning. Is it the same thought that was running you ragged 3 weeks ago or 3 years ago? And then even in life, we notice things come together, things arise, for better or for worse. Things arise, and then things fall apart, things release. So it can help us, this thing we're calling mindfulness of the breath. Yes, it helps us in mindfulness practice train our attention to be present with the moment, to find and follow the breath. To do this can invite an experience of tremendous ease and well-being, and that's wonderful. But it can also begin to teach us about this thing we call life. As we notice that, just as the breath arises and releases, so too my experience of my body, things arise, things release, nothing stays. Same thing with our emotions, and same thing with our thoughts. Same thing with the world beyond. It's all coming together and releasing. That can help us begin to find a kind of steadiness. If we can really bear witness to this in our direct experience, both, with our breath and body, with our emotions and thoughts. And then in the world beyond, we can see that whatever's going to come together, it's going to be here. It's going to be here for a while. And then it's going to change into something new. So, can we get with that? Can we recognize that? Can we begin to align ourselves with that flow? Things come together, things release. The breath is there to help us see that. All right, so let's do some guided mindfulness practice just to learn this on a deeper level, that experiential level. So I'll invite you to begin this guided mindfulness practice by just coming into a comfortable seated posture. Taking a few moments to settle into your chair. If it's comfortable and if it's safe for you at the moment, you could invite your eyes to gently close. Eyelids resting softly over the eyes. Beginning to attune your attention to feel within the body the sensations of your breathing. Noticing what sensations you're aware of as you breathe in the body. Noticing what sensations you feel as you breathe out. And this morning, as you greet your breath and begin to attune to it, to align your attention with it, if you notice your attention is more in your shoulders or higher up in the chest, see if over the next few breaths you could begin to draw your attention and your breath downward. So that as you breathe in, you feel it's going toward the lower part of your chest, maybe even the belly. Take the next few breaths to feel that. All right, and so just a reminder here, breathing in through the nose, guiding the breath to be gentle, natural, just a little bit deeper than we might be accustomed to. And now rest your attention on the breath. As you breathe in, feel the breath arrive. As you breathe out, feel the breath depart. Anytime you notice your attention wanders, maybe to a noise in the room, to a thought, no problem. Just gently guide your attention back to find the feeling of your breathing. Feel the breath arrive. Feel the breath release. Now, this is cool. When you rest your attention on one aspect of your experience, in this case, following the feeling of your natural breath, you're going to begin to pick up on subtler and subtler sensations of your breathing. You're going to start to feel more and more, but not by straining. Not because you're, quote, trying harder. So just continue to rest your attention on the feeling of your breathing. Feel the breath arrive. Feel the breath release. I'd now like to invite you to continue to rest comfortably, eyes gently closed, but now begin to move your attention within and throughout the body. Notice within the body, is there any felt sense of calm, of ease? Is there any relief from anxiety, scattered mind, or physical tension? Notice the impact of even these few short minutes of mindfulness practice. And especially if you've noticed some kind of benefit, some kind of relief or release, recognize that this is always available to you. It just depends on what you do with your attention in the moment. And so now I'll invite you to gently open your eyes. And the parting point I would like to make is that in just the same way this morning you were bearing witness to the fact that your breath would naturally arrive and then release, as you move through the day, and especially if you arrive at a really hard moment, a challenging moment, that's an opportunity to recognize. Just as the breath comes and goes, sensations in the body come and go, emotions come and go, thoughts come and go, situations come and go. And as surely as the challenging moment arises, it will crest and then it will release, and then you'll be on to the next moment. So I hope that this short mindfulness class has been helpful to you. If you enjoy it, please hit like, give it a share, spread the goodness, right? Trying to get these messages of hope and positivity out, always so important to us. But for everyone who's watched, I appreciate so much that you do watch. I hope this video has been of benefit. And till our paths cross again, take care. Be well.